I don't really do a whole lot of Tamiya subjects on my channel. I don't know if I've done one before. This might be actually the first one I've done. And so I figured we'd have a look at one of their armor kits here, which is the Tamiya 135th scale French light tank R35. And we'll have a look at the box art here, which is just how Tamiya does their stuff. And it's giving us some information about what's in here. It's a detailed static display model, R35 form with distinctive rounded hull. The turret and the assembly tracks feature one-piece straight sections, which I guess is this is kind of a like rough translation, really. I would think somebody like in Tamiya and like Japan would be able to get someone who's like a really good translator by now. I mean, there's enough Americans that probably speak Japanese that would translate this a little bit better, because this actually would be like link and length track. And then we've got realistic gun, and includes a commander figure and 2 marking options. So here's our artwork here. I should say also this kit is pretty reasonably priced. It's like, I don't know how Tamiya does it really with the modern market. They come out with some amazing things. Like I just saw the Panzer 1 that they just released a brand new kit of an early Panzer 1, and it's retailing for like $50, and that is like a super, like for a brand new kit, that's a super good price. I'm not sure exactly what this goes for, but I know it wasn't expensive when it came out. And it's showing us here our subject. It's also telling us the paints they're suggesting we use. Gives us our little tank battalions here and information there. We have the info here. I'm guessing our number for the kit is going to be 373. Probably is 373, or it will be this number down here. Yeah, 35 373 or 2800. And then I'm guessing this is our second subject, telling us suggestions here, which is really great that they do that. This is these colors, for those who don't know, would be the Tamiya paint line, and it's really nice that they did that, so you can pick up your paints if you don't have them before you start. We'll open up, have a look, and so we have a really nice glossy, and it's a folder too. It actually folds over here. I'm guessing this is a whole history on our R35 in Japanese, and the date of this kit would be 2019. And more information and everything. Really nice of them to do that. I'm glad they do something like this, put a little effort into the kit, and they really respect the subject. Then we do have an English translation here, and the specifications on the vehicle. Really, I wish they would have put a couple more pictures of this vehicle here that's been restored other than just the top, but it does give you an idea of what the camouflage should look like. And our subjects here, full color, really nice sharp like depictions here. Should be no problem to figure out the painting of these vehicles. And our colors there again in the Tamiya, and they're not giving us, like, I'm not really seeing any other options for colors, but who really cares, because if it's Tamiya's paint line and Tamiya's tank, then they can only put their colors in there. That's perfectly fine. And here's our actual instructions. We're getting information on painting, applying decals and everything, standard information. And I believe one is, like, they're multiple languages, I think. Not sure how they have these put together. But we'll just go on to the actual build instructions. So we have our 2 subjects there, A and B. If there's anything specific, that's what you're going to refer to, the A and B. And here's our build, starting with the multi-piece hull. And the upper hull is actually multi-piece also, giving us some detailed instructions there for opening pieces. And this section here, more details showing us how to properly align things. Really helpful, excellent instructions. I don't think I've ever had any like hint of a problem with Tamiya instructions before. They're pretty much perfect. I mean, if they colored them, fine, but they don't really need to because they're sharp, and like you can see here, they've made such an effort at showing you how to properly align that part. You should have no difficulties. Here's our tracks, which are link and length tracks. Shouldn't be a problem. Sometimes the little tiny tracks are kind of a pain, but there's not too many of them on here, so I'm happy they did that. And I believe sometimes they include actually rubber band tracks as an option, but they doesn't appear that they have on this one. Again, you can see they show you in detail how that part should be fitted. Just about perfect instructions, I would say. I usually don't go on too bad about instructions unless there's something, like if they're kind of crappy, but in this case they're just awesome. I mean, typical of Tamiya. You can see here showing you what to do. More pieces. It's kind of I would say it's kind of deceiving because they are showing you in detail how to do these parts, but these are just like, it's just details of how to do that process. So it's not like an extra step or anything. It's just very detailed. See all our parts here. And right down to our figure. And it's showing us how to paint the figure up there. All his various colors. That's very helpful. Sometimes they just toss the figure in there and let you figure it out, but they show everything. So that's excellent. So their instruction sheets should be no problem. Here's a little helpful, they're really going out of their way to help the modeler, but this is just your basic modeling tips here. It's nice to throw in there. I mean, you never know someone's skill level. If this is the first kit or the only kit they want, then, I mean, they're helping you out. So we'll have a look at the vehicle now. I'm just going to leave it in the bags because I don't think there's much reason to get it out. You should be able to see everything. You can see the excellent detail. All the riveting on there looks really nice. So it's a fully detailed all the way around kit. And here's our turret that they've thrown in. Some of these things, these old French tanks, like the like this is a Renault and various ones like Hotchkisses, that sometimes they have variations in the turrets. Like they'll be like called like hexagon turret, or they'll have like a round turret or riveted turrets and things like that. So that's probably what they did here, is if they do another I don't know if they do a second variation or not of this tank, but that's kind of why they're like that. And they've set themselves up so they can just throw a different turret in there if they want. But the casting texture and the shape of that thing is awesome. Really nice how they've done that. They paid a good bit of attention to the casting on this thing. You can see for yourself how good it is. If you like cast tanks, I would pick this up. I mean, there's no question. It's just all cast. So and here's our, I'm guessing our rear section there. Nice fine details, or I should say like sharp details here. We'll flip it around. Not really too much of anything for an interior, even on the turret itself. But it's so small, I mean, you're not going to see anything anyways. Go to the next sprue. There's our, I'm guessing our front plate there. See the excellent bolt detail. You can see the distinctive, see if I can get it to focus, this distinctive like bolts, or how it's been riveted to the front, like around the piece here. Very distinctive. That's like whoever designed it paid like very close attention to very minute details. Like someone who's like an expert on this tank would be the only one who would ever notice something like that. And here's our figure. Figure is excellent. I mean, everything. You can see his face there, uniform. Like, to me, they should have got more into the figure game and made more sets of figures. Their early figures were kind of poor, but like the figures that come with tanks and stuff are so awesome. Like, they're better than, I would say, like, you know, 2/3 of the companies that just do figures. So here's more detailed pieces. You can see how excellent everything actually is. I'm gonna flip it around just so we can see the more details of the figure. His scarf there, and I don't know, not too much on the inside here, but what could you say? It looks excellent. And here's our almost last piece, but our wheels. Really sharp how they've done these wheels. They could easily be hand painted if that's how you do your wheels. And again, the way that the rivets are on these, they paid excellent attention. And our tracks, like, you could see how tiny these little tracks are. They say they're annoying to put together, but we're lucky here that we don't have too many of them. And they look really good. They look really nice. I'll flip it around here. So no pins to deal with or anything, and I would trust Tamiya that these tracks, when you clean them up a little bit, they actually will fit together. So that is awesome so far. The last piece we have is just our decal sheet. I think that there's not much you can complain. You should be able to see it through here. Not too much to complain about Tamiya's decals. They always look like the colors look, you know, really brilliant and good. Some guys complain about them being too thick, but it really doesn't bother me too much. I mean, if you put a decal set on them, and they sometimes conform. It's more aircraft that it's the big deal, because you have like a small aircraft and the decal looks too thick, but these look excellent. I mean, everything looks excellent. It looks like another like winner from Tamiya. If you like small armor, 100% pick this up. And if you like cast vehicles for whatever reason, I would pick this up. I mean, I would not pass this up. Like, obviously I picked it up, but I really like these early little French tanks, but I don't see how you're going to find a better kit of this tank. Even if it's more expensive or resin or something, this thing looks just excellent. So this is the Tamiya 1/35 scale French light tank R35. Thank you for watching.